Flow Sports has changed the game. We created the essential destination NCAA fans deserve. Together, Flow College and NCAA conferences, institutions, and teams have taken all collegiate sports to the next level.
Oh my goodness! Back to Jones. She lets it fly from deep, and she buries it. Oh, a wraparound. He's got some speed down the sideline. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
The new collegiate record belongs to Parker Valby.
Looking in front, Stockfish, offload shot, score!
Smith making three. That is crushed.
It's a touchdown!
Welcome to Frank R. Campbell Stadium at Daly Field. Today we have the matchup between your very own Averett Cougars and the Yellow Jackets of Randolph-Macon College. A couple things to look out for. The very first conference play here in Danville, Virginia, as we're about to get ready for the first kickoff as the teams collect. Randolph-Macon currently 4-1 in the season, coming off of a win against Washington and Jefferson College. The Cougars coming off of a loss against NC Wesleyan 2-1 this past week, hoping to improve their record, making it positive. And to my right is Carlos Soli. Carlos, what kind of tactics do the Cougars have to implement today to get a win over the very tough opponent, Yellow Jackets?
Good evening, y'all. Yeah, Averett have a very tough opponent ahead of them. They have the Yellow Jackets, and in this game, they just need to stand firm. I think they need to have that mindset of understanding that this is not a game that they will go out and dominate possession-wise. And in those attacking stats, they're not going to have the most shots. They're not going to create the most chances. They're not going to have the most possession. So being solid defensively and making life difficult for your opponent and then being aggressive in the counterattacks, that is what's going to get Averett the win today.
Yeah, a couple players to look out for Randolph-Macon, the Yellow Jackets. Grayson Woods has 5 goals in the last 5 games. A very, very formidable opponent for the Cougars today. Definitely going to have to keep an eye out for him. The Cougars have multiple players who have scored 1 goal in the last 5 games. So they're definitely spreading the wealth around the team. We're definitely going to have to see somebody take that initiative, take that role to kind of get them on the board against a very tough opponent today.
Yeah, you're totally right. I think, like you mentioned, number 17, Grayson Woods of Randolph-Macon, he's a very dangerous player. He's scored in every win so far for Randolph-Macon, so his goals align with wins. I think that's a very important thing to keep in mind. And also, like you said, that Averett have so many different goal scorers this season. That's something that has impressed me. Despite, their offensive struggles compared to last season, there has been a lot of different goal scorers, and that's always a good thing. Not only, tactically knowing that you have multiple players that can step up, but also for team morale. I mean, that means that everyone feels involved, because if you're not getting a goal, you're getting an assist offensively. So that's been really positive.
And we're about to get underway here at Daly Field. As it seems like a wide left formation. And we are underway here. Lopez sending it up. Macon holding on to Gifuni to Bradley. Bradley couldn't quite control it. Thrown quickly by the Yellow Jackets. Controlled here by Grant Counts. And a big run behind the line. Sierra trying to track him down on that run was number 23, Barrett Wilson, a freshman out of Lexington, South Carolina.
Yes, Sierra did a really good job of maintaining him on his outside so that he was forced to run it wide. Sierra also is one of the goal scorers so far this season. And on the ball now, Gavin Blanks, the freshman, got his first goal last time out against NC Wesleyan, so he's also a player to look out for.
As Randolph-Macon takes possession in their own half, controls it, controlling the pace. Now sends a long ball up the field. And the Cougars will let it roll out of bounds for a easy goal kick for Lopez.
That was very well defended. It came behind Mario Gutierrez in that space and behind, but Daniel Sierra was able to step into that space behind him and just shield the ball out. So it's very important that they're able to cover for one another.
Now Lopez will find an open player in the middle of the field. And sent far and away off of a bad touch in the middle of the field. The Yellow Jackets recover. Gafuni to Bradley. Bradley playing it safe, passing it back. Gafuni checking in. And now the Cougars are spreading the field, finding openings. And a good run here for the Cougars, defended well by the Yellow Jackets, going back the other way. Good defense there by the Cougars. Very smart passes here. Very good defense so far.
Yeah, Averett have stood firm. They have stood firm a lot of this season. They've just struggled creating chances offensively, but they've changed from their normal 4-3-3 formation from the previous years to a 5-3-2 formation this year. So that defensive solidity, just having numbers behind the ball, does mean that it's going to be difficult for the opponents to penetrate.
Yeah, that was Damian Jackson looking for counts on that through ball. It'll roll out of bounds, just out of the touch of counts. And now a bit of a stalemate here as Bradley collects the ball, takes a touch, heavy pressure from the Yellow Jackets, finds an opening, and sent upfield. And now Morales looking for a beautiful ball. What a ball there by Hugo Morales.
Yeah, very well played pass in behind, trying to get into that space, trying to move Randolph-Macon backwards, and it was very well done. He could have maybe seen the space all the way on the other side where Joshua Garcia is playing as the right wing back today.
Now the left back, Del Rio, looking for an opening. Good through ball, just couldn't quite connect with it. I believe that was number 9, Fernando Pintos, trying to cross it in. A lot of diversity on this Cougar squad, a lot of players from different internationalities.
Yeah, there are, and that has its advantages and disadvantages, with the language barrier, for example, and also cultural differences, but also creates a very healthy community and culture, I think, when you have a lot of different perspectives and cultures within the team.
And it'll be called for a foul. Alvarez Del Rio will take the free kick at about the 9-yard line. Gets it back to Lopez. Lopez, first year starting under Tyler Yates for the last 3 years. Gets his first chance against conference play. A bit of a mishap here.
Yeah, Randolph-Macon did a good job of applying pressure and forcing Lopez to make that mistakes, but he rights his wrongs as this time he opts to send it long.
And that is Merrick Hanscom getting the touch out of bounds, and Yellow Jackets ball. And a long throw in here.
Yeah, Randolph-Macon has a very talented long thrower, so they try to get in behind and send it into the box as often as they can through those longer throws.
Lopez couldn't connect with Bradley, just went right over his head out of bounds. And counts. Throw in here by number 12, Damian Jackson.
A very well taken throw. It was a lot of pace on it, but I think the height was the most impressive thing. It didn't loop and moon into the air. It stayed very steady and flat, which makes it a lot more difficult to defend. So a very well taken throw in.
And it will result in a goal kick for Lopez. Lopez going to take a second, looking downfield. And he will send it into the middle. Guffoni couldn't quite get a hand on that. A lot of contact there on the other side of the field as the Yellow Jackets maintain possession. A through ball miscommunication there between the Yellow Jackets.
A very intense battle there in the middle. And it ended up in favor of Averett, but it almost launched a counterattack for Randolph-Macon. So it seems like they have a game plan of pressing Averett very high and trying to win the ball high off the pitch, having a short distance to go.
Now Bradley on the wing. Gets defended well by number 12, Jackson. Big slide tackle there by Morales. Lots of opportunity here in the danger zone. Now Bradley trying his best to keep it inbounds off the header from Sierra.
Hugo Morales did a really good job of winning that ball after Bradley got dispossessed, and he had a really good intent of launching a counterattack, getting into that space as quick as possible, and it almost created something very dangerous. There is a lot of purpose and intent in this Averett team today, so I'm excited to see how they keep it up.
And the ball come back to number 1, Lopez. And the Cougars trying to possess as much as they can. Heavy pressure on the backside. And Lopez will boot it away. The Yellow Jackets maintain possession. Now on the far wing. Good move there. And it seems to be Pintos to kick it out. Another goal kick. We've seen a lot of possession on the Cougar side. What do you see, Carlos, that the Yellow Jackets are doing to kind of maintain this kind of possession?
Well, I mean, they've done a really good job of movement. They seem to send a lot of players up trying to create those overloads, and they've done a really good job of, creating numerical superiority and creating situations in certain parts of the field where they have the superior number in terms of players, but also just their intensity in play. They don't take their foot off the gas.
And the ball gets whipped in. Bradley couldn't quite connect with it. Comes up in favor of the Yellow Jackets to number 7, Richards, and a foul on Morales and Gafuni. Now this is very dangerous position here at the 19-18 yard line.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous position. It's a dubious call, to be honest, but the call has been made and Averett really needed a reset. I think they needed to do an even better job of, in that instance, clearing it first time, get it out and get out of harm's way, and then sending the team up, trying to get that breathing space away from their own goal.
As the Yellow Jackets will send Eubank straight to the wall, sent away by Bradley.
Yeah, this time he gets a great connection on the clearance, unlike that first time, so he knew exactly what went wrong that first time and got his foot through the ball this time.
Yeah, great turn there. A bit of miscommunication. Gafuni gets tripped up, and a shot taken there by the Yellow Jackets. Very dangerous position here. Miscommunication. That is number 23, Wilson. To number 4, ball whipped in. Hugo Morales not taking any chances, sends it away.
Yeah, he assessed the play well there. He knew that the ball and the momentum was going in the way of Randolph-Macon. He knew he just had to get it out and let his team reset.
And now a miskicked ball will be in the possession of number 4, Counts. And a shot well blocked there by Alvarez Del Rio.
Randolph-Macon have set the bar in terms of intensity of play and the amount of energy they play with, but Averett are not letting down. They're matching their energy, something that I'm really happy to see. At times, it's been so stale with Averett. They've been too happy to defend and not try to get out of their own box, but now they're understanding their opponent is a very good one, and therefore they're just trying to get the ball out and trying to reset and match their opponent's intensity.
And a throw-in for Garcia for the Cougars. Looking for an opening. Quick touch, takes a step, sends it long. And it'll be off Randolph-Macon. Another throw-in for the Cougars.
Yeah, this is a good chance for Averett to get some breathing space. Either try to get in behind through longer throws or keep the throws shorter and attract possession and just maintain possession, attract their opponent and switch the point of attack.
Garcia, another throw-in. Gets the ball behind the line and trying to keep it inbounds, but off the Yellow Jackets.
That was a well-worked throw-in. They were able to get the ball high and wide, and now they're edging closer to the box.
Now, in good scoring opportunity, the Cougars' long throw-in. Sent out. Just couldn't quite connect with that. Was Gafuni. And now Gutierrez will send it back to Lopez, and Lopez will collect it calmly, giving his team a chance to recover back. Now Lopez Looking far and wide. Can't quite connect. Richards in the middle of the field. No real pressure. Sprints. Number 21, the center back. Now to number 4, Counts. Good ball there. Looking for Barrett. Barrett Wilson, number 23.
Randolph-Macon did a really good job of winning the first duel, but also winning that second one and getting the ball back down on the ground and maintaining possession and attracting that Averett press. Kind of like Averett did a really good job of the first 5 minutes, but Averett need to trust themselves in maintaining possession, because if Randolph-Macon step up and press high, that means there will be space somewhere else. If you're able to attract that press and then play in the right time, that means there will be spaces in between the lines.
Del Rio looking downfield to Blanks. Couldn't quite connect it there. Morales getting a bit of a shove in the back from Kubarik. And now Bradley will throw it in for the Cougs. Looking for Pintos. Morales trying to get possession again. Good play here by the Cougars. And Counts is there, quickly kicking it out of bounds. Now, good opportunity here for the Cougars. Garcia will come from the other side of the field to take this throw in. Hoping to put the Cougars up in good scoring position. Sent into the box and headed out. Now Morales, Del Rio. Wilson kicking it out. Up and away to Royal. Now in a foot race. That is a great job there by Gifuni.
Yeah, Gifuni did a really good job of reading the danger quick, understanding that there is a counterattack opportunity on for Randolph-Macon, and just getting in that space quickly to get it out of the harm's way.
And now another throw in for the Yellow Jackets. It is sent high and up, and a goal kick for Lopez. Now Lopez will take this goal kick, take his time. A lot of game left to play still in this first half.
It's like you said, there's still a lot of game to be played, and I think we do have a good game on our hands. Two teams that want to go at each other, and they are a tactical matchup, which is really fun to see. They're two different teams, two different formations, two different game plans and mentalities. So I think we have a good game on our hands.
A great opportunity there for the Yellow Jackets. Just came off of the head of number 23, Barrett. Kicked high and away by Jackson. Looking for his teammate on the far side, number 11, Davian Jackson. Now Lopez sends his defenders up, going to try to get them downfield. Sent into the middle of the field, possessed by the Cougars, looking for Garcia.
Averett have now opted for more longer passes. It seems like they did such a good job those first couple of minutes of keeping it short. We could see, especially, there was one sequence on the right-hand side where they're able to switch it over to the left because they attracted the press. So I think Averett should do more of that instead of sending it long.
Throwing it in is Damian Jackson, number 12 for the Yellow Jackets. Sent into the box and off the line. A very dangerous scoring opportunity.
It was very dangerous. Those throw-ins remind me of the 2016 Iceland team of the Euros, for those that remember that. So those throw-ins are very dangerous. And don't get me wrong, Averett have had some dangerous throwing situations, them too. Joshua Garcia has shown that. But those throw-ins, they are of high order, the ones that Randolph-Macon have.
Open space, Morales looking for Pintos. Couldn't quite get it down. And now Del Rio chasing this ball, keeping it in play. Now a long play downfield, coming down for number 7, Richards. Possessing against Morales. Bradley putting this one up and out of bounds. Pressured there by Barrett Wilson. Jackson, number 12, will throw this in. Seen quite a lot of throw-ins today. This first half. Up and off, number 6, Kubarek. Jackson sends it in, kicked out of bounds by Del Rio. And now even closer, the Yellow Jackets going to take another chance. Up and off the hands of Lopez, it seems.
Randolph-Macon are doing a really good job of applying pressure, and it seems like they have the science down, just not only in terms of what kind of throw, but also where to throw it and who to place where. It seems like they've spent a lot of time on the practice field perfecting this craft.
Eubank, number 2, going to take this corner kick. Crowding the box as the Cougars will attempt to kick this away. Curled in off the hands of Lopez. Miskicked. And here's Pintos. And this ball will fall to Chenoweth, and he will kick it away. The first bit of action Chenoweth has had all day. Pintos in the middle of the field, the false 9. Del Rio downfield. And a big collision. Ref waves it off. No foul.
You mentioned Fernando Pintos, and he's such a creative player. He's going to be very important due to his technical ability to link the midfield and the attacking players. So his chance creation is something we should look out for in this game.
Yeah, Merrick Hanscom had a touch on it. Taken to the ground. Garcia getting pressured quickly. Now Sierra. Pintos. Del Rio. Heavy pressure there by Wilson. Sierra recovers. Down the line. Pushed out of bounds. And the Cougars will maintain possession. Gifuni going to line this up. The number 10 for the Cougars. Gifuni whips it in. Good height on that ball. Out. And recovered there by Chenoweth. Kicked up and high to the other side of the field. And a foul called as Gutierrez will recover it. Number 24 for the Yellow Jackets, Casey Royal on the foul. Now Gutierrez is going to scan the field, sends it up and away. Recovered there by Morales on the line. Defended well there by number 11, Davian Jackson. Garcia, his throw in into the box. Hit away by the Yellow Jackets. Now holding on to possession, Del Rio sending it in. Good opportunity. And now the Yellow Jackets are moving upfield. And a very heavy pressure there by Alvarez Del Rio, sending number 7, Richards, to the turf.
Yeah, Alvarez Del Rio just committed a foul. It was just a little too much pressure, and there wasn't a lot of ball in contention, so I understand the ref's call, but he did a really good job of stopping that counterattack. If he wouldn't have applied that pressure, then it would have been a very dangerous defensive opportunity against Averett, so it was important to get that out of harm's way.
Beautiful flick there by Del Rio. Now Morales sending it upfield, looking for blanks. Pintos brings it down. Gives it away to Wilson. Wilson tripped up a bit, no foul called. Bradley sending it up for blanks. Now Pintos, a lot of pace. Looks for Garcia, open sideline. Back to Pintos. Pintos couldn't bring it down on his right foot. Good pressure there by Mario Gutierrez.
Yeah, Averett just did a really good job of regaining that possession, getting that counter press on, and once you lose it straight away, try to win it back. And they were well positioned to do so. They had so many players around the ball. That's what's good with those shorter passes. Once you lose the ball, you have players around the ball to regain it.
And now Chenoweth with the ball, looking for number 4, Counts. Upfield for Grayson Woods. Morales in the middle of the field, holding on to possession, gets it back to Daniel Sierra. Long ball, couldn't quite connect with it. And now in possession of the Cougars. Gutierrez to Sierra.
Averett have a good spell right now. They're able to maintain possession. They just need to get into that attacking third once they've gotten through that middle part.
Open. Bradley had the right look, had an open man on the back side.
You're right, Luis. He did have an open man on the backside, but there is no rush. There is no reason to pass that ball as of yet. I understand that, of course, if there's space, attack it. I'm someone who stands for that. That's one of my principles. But Averett have so many options. They were in a good position on that left-hand side. They didn't need to rush that pass just yet. And it was, I think the goalkeeper read it early as well, which meant that it was a little more difficult for Hamscom, the striker, to deal with. So if he would have attacked with the ball, ran with the ball a little more before he sent that pass, not only would it be a shorter distance between him and the receiver, but it would also create maybe space elsewhere and create other solutions.
Now the Yellow Jackets with the ball comes to number 6, Kubrick. Now Counts. Sent in looking for Wilson. And a foul called on Wilson. Sierra coming in with a good tackle. It'll be a free kick for Averett. Cougars trying to take a second to catch their breath. A very dominant Randolph-Macon team, but the Cougars are very well holding their own. Lopez sending it upfield. Swarm of Yellow Jackets maintain possession. Now long ball brought down by Del Rio. Miscommunication between Del Rio and Gafuni. And now Wilson on the wing. Wilson, 2-on-1, gets it back to Counts. Counts takes a touch onto his left. Blocked by Gafuni. Eubank finding Kubrick. Counts. Strike. Blocked away by Lopez.
Very well done, both on attacking and defensive standpoint. A very well taken shot, able to keep it low into that far corner. But Lopez did a really good job of moving his feet early and parrying it far away, meaning that the rebound was of no danger. Now Averett have a chance to launch the counterattack.
Blanks. Heavy pressure, called offsides. Sprints, leaving it for Counts. Sorry, for Jackson, now Counts. Woods, back to Counts. Counts taking space, finding Wilson. Heavy pressure there by Bradley. Morales, Pintos, Del Rio. Now Bradley on the wing, lots of space. Looks upfield, takes a touch, cuts back. Back to Pintos. Pintos getting swarmed. Now Pintos receives it back, and it'll be out of bounds in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Substitutions here for the Yellow Jackets. Number 22 coming onto the field, Ian Edwards, as well as number 10, Caro.
Yeah, it seems like Randolph-Macon have made some earlier substitutions, and they have that luxury to do so because, I mean, for those that can see their bench, it's huge. They have a lot of players. We in our notes can see how many names there are, so it's a luxury for any coach to have that, not only physical rotation in terms of if injuries pop up, you'll be okay, or if there's tiredness, soreness, whatever it may be, but also that tactical flexibility, having many different player profiles to choose between so that you can create an ideal game plan for any game. That's exactly what any coach would want.
A little less than 15 minutes left in this first half. A very back and forth battle. A lot of possession, a lot of throw-ins. Yeah. Very, very technical play today.
Yeah, I think you summarized it very well so far. Averett have had their momentum, actually. The first 5 minutes, I was impressed with their short passing. But then also at times now, they went long durations with keeping the ball within the team, but so has Randolph-Macon. And I've been really impressed with the level of energy and intensity in the Randolph-Macon offensive press. So there's definitely positives and negatives to take from this game so far. But I think if this game continues like this, and if we get a goal right before halftime, we might see things open up and there'll be even more space to attack.
Absolutely, as ball hit away from the Yellow Jackets. A throw in, Eubank. Throw it's inbounds over the head of number 27, Jaden Walker, and shot taken there out of bounds. Throw in substitution here for the Cougars. Hanscom, number 13, going to take a seat. Bringing in number 27 for the Cougars, Ignacio Aron. Now Lopez, deep downfield. Blanks putting it up. Sorry, Bradley putting it up, looking for Blanks. Counts. Throw in taken quickly. Grayson Woods. Number 18, Tyler Oakes. Jackson across the field. Eubanks, quick turn. Beautiful play. Back to Eubanks. Walker working on Garcia. And it'll be out of bounds. Off of the touch of Pintos. The ball will fall to Jackson. Counts on this close wing. Caro. Chenoweth. Now Jackson taking space, looking upfield. Walker trying to receive this ball. Pintos, heavy pressure. Walker wins it back. Ball is in no man's land. Bradley quick to receive it. And a yellow card given to number 27, Jaden Walker, who tried to track down Bradley. And Bradley was not very happy with that stoppage of play.
Yeah, I understand Bradley very well. I'd be more disappointed with the referee, to be honest. I totally agree with the referee that it should be a yellow card, but he sees that Bradley has a tons of space ahead of him. He maintains control and possession of the ball. He's launching a counterattack, and then you choose to stop the play. That's what Bradley is showing his frustration over.
Ball sent downfield. Now coming to Caro. Gafuni trying to take a touch. Caro quick to pounce on the touch. Heavy touch by Caro. Sierra sending it out.
Sierra did a very good job of reading the situation, just trying to clear it, getting out of the harm's way. But once again, it's a throw-in on this right-hand side.
Counts throw-in looking for Edwards, number 22. Hit back out of bounds. Now it'll be Jackson, number 12, throwing it in. Inside pressure. A very scary scoring opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. The Cougars held their breath for a second.
Yeah, it went just over the bar once again with such a dangerous throw-in. It's almost the technique. I saw the technique on one of the throwers. I don't know if it's the one I just took, but it's almost like he throws the way he throws a basketball. So I've seen some pro players do it that way as well. So the throw-in technique has really evolved the last couple of years to get more pace on the ball.
Whipped in. Off the line. That is very scary. As Lopez quick to retrieve it. Throws it out.
Yeah, it was very scary, but he was quick to retrieve, but he's quick to launch a counterattack too, and Bradley did a good job of understanding the lack of space in front of him and just maintaining possession instead. But that clearance by Bradley's thigh into the hands of Lopez was very dangerous, but we were able to escape just about.
More substitutions here for the Yellow Jackets. Woods taking a seat. Bringing on number 8, Droan. Eubank, number 2 in the back, sending a long ball, and it will be kept inside. And the Cougars will try to push a counterattack. 50-50 ball. Bradley could not get a step on that. Counts sending it into the middle of the field. Now possession of the Cougars going back the other way. And out of bounds.
That's very disappointing that Averett weren't able to execute that counterattack. That was very promising. They were granted I think a 3v2 situation of some sorts on that right-hand side. Garcia with a very ambitious and optimistic run on that right-hand side, trying to do an overlap. And as Ignacio Aron picked up the ball, he tried to combine with Garcia. He just wasn't able to connect, but that was a very good opportunity. They could have caught Randolph-Macon off guard just before half.
And now Ignacio Aron back to Garcia. Beautiful play there by Garcia on the wing. And no foul called as the Yellow Jackets go back the other way. Quick movements here by the Yellow Jackets. Heavy pressure, heavy play. What a save by Lopez.
That's a strong hand to parry that out of harm's way. Very, very well done. Such a strong hand. Wow.
And that'll be a corner kick. A Averett player is down, slow to get up. As we await the whistle, and there we go. Eubank number 2 with 7:11 left on the clock. Whipped inside, punched out by Lopez. And a foul called.
Leading up to this corner, we saw some really, really promising play from both teams. Averett did a good job of launching that counterattack and having that attacking intent despite their offensive struggles this season. And Randolph-Macon did such a good job of recovering the ball and then launching counterattack of their own and finishing in such a good way. That shot from right outside the box was fierce, but the arm from Lopez was even more fierce. And we've just seen some high-quality soccer here.
And now a free kick at the 35-yard line. Eubank and Jackson going to line up for it. Jackson will take it. No, he fakes it. Eubank into the box. Lopez punching it away. Pintos recovers. Aron recovers. A foul.
That was very well done by Ignacio Aron to hold up the ball, wait for a runner, and flick it through. And he was even able to draw a foul. So he's done a really good job of not only maintaining possession, but also applying pressure on that back line, making their life difficult ever since he's been subbed on.
Sierra going to send this one upfield to that far wing, trying to make it a 50-50 ball. And now Garcia. Heavy pressure. Gutierrez quick to head it back to Lopez, taking that pressure away. As the ball gets sent between both teams. And it'll be out of bounds off the touch of Garcia. Gufuni, number 10. Jackson looking for Counts. Counts taking heavy pressure from Blanks, sending a ball up and away, looking for Caro.
Blanks did a really good job of keeping up with the fullback, even though it was past his attacking third. He tries to apply pressure on his back, making it more difficult to execute that pass in behind, and he just about does what's necessary to help Averett defend.
Now Lopez, Sierra, quick ball to Del Rio. Del Rio, lots of space in front of him. Looking far and away for Pintos. Pintos now takes space. Gets it off to Garcia. Garcia, quick move. Back to Pintos on the wing. And Pintos, his touch will be out of bounds. Chenoweth will get a goal kick. 3:40 left in this first half. Now Chenoweth will leave for Jackson. Counts. Looking back to Jackson. He will take space. Long driven ball. And out of bounds, looking for Walker. Gutierrez going to throw it in for the Cougars. Garcia. And Garcia, long throw. And heavy contact on that far wing. Draws the foul. Aron on the foul. Jackson, quick to Eubank. Eubank on the wing. Taking space. Sends it inside the box. Put up in the air.
A very inventive set piece by Randolph-Macon. They were able to catch Averett off guard. It was just a lack of execution, but if they would have gotten that right, I'm sure that would have been a very dangerous opportunity.
And another throw in here. Long ball. And over the bar. Off the attempt of number 6, Kubrick. Now Lopez. Sending it high and away. Off the head of Walker. Garcia maintains possession by kicking it off of Walker. Looking for a quick throw in. Finding Gutierrez. Ball rolls to Lopez. Edwards, heavy pressure. Lopez kicking it away. Now Blanks trying to pursue that ball. It'll fall to Del Rio for Pintos. Pintos trying to control it. Finds Bradley on the wing. Del Rio again. Gutierrez demands it. Sent in far. And Chenoweth will not let it go out of bounds. He will maintain in play. 40 seconds left on the clock. Chenoweth. High ball. Gafuni trying to control it. Garcia trying to keep it from going out of bounds. Kicking it upfield. Stays in bounds. And Eubank, quick throw in. Heavy pressure here. Chenoweth, quick boot away. As the clock begins to wind down, Gafuni, Bradley. And that will conclude the first half of this matchup. We are all tied up, 0-0. We will be back in just a short moment for the second half of this matchup.
100,000 on a beat.
Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in? Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And welcome back to Frank R. Campbell Stadium for the second half of this matchup between your very own Averett Cougars and the visiting Randolph-Macon Yellow Jackets. Tied up going into the second half, 0-0. A lot of possession, a lot of hard soccer here today. Carlos, what kind of changes do you see that have to be made between both teams, either teams, if they want to come out on top today?
The adjustments that are needed are very minimal. I think, honestly, if I'm Randolph-Macon, I wouldn't make any substitutions or any adjustments. They were somewhat poor on the road last season, winning 3 and losing 5. So they might have a mental thing going on that, obviously I'm not part of the team, so I can't speak on that much. But for Averett, I'd keep on doing what we're doing. I'd just be even more intent on being patient with possession. I like that there is a counterattacking mentality and attacking when possible, but maintaining possession will also help you build confidence as a team, but also, just enjoy playing more. When you're defending for so long periods of time, it's nice to be able to maintain possession for some time as well.
As we get underway here, a lot of possession changes very early on, as Kubrick tries to maintain possession, getting it back to Eubank off the head of Garcia, and it will be a throw-in. We saw a lot of throw-ins in that first half, Carlos.
Yeah, we did, and those throw-ins, it was like if Stoke and Iceland played against each other in the mid-2010s, so that was very interesting to see. We haven't seen much of that this season, or at least not during my time, honestly, as a collegiate athlete. So it's been fun to see. It adds a different dynamic to the game, but Averett have also done a somewhat good job of, keeping these throws at bay.
And big throw in here into the box, as it'll be called a corner kick in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Hand raised, ball gets whipped in and sent out. Trying to trail it is Sierra. And another throw in for the Yellow Jackets. Ball whipped inside into space, and it'll be let out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yeah, it seemed like they tried to do kind of a different tactic. Usually they try to get it onto that first post to flick it on and create a deflection, making it difficult for the goalkeeper, as the goalkeeper moves one way, and then flicking out means that he has to move another. But this time it went straight to the second post, which was very dangerous for Averett. That Averett weren't able to get any contact on it until it came to that second post is very dangerous, because there was so much space in behind. So if Randolph-Macon just had one player behind there to get a foot on it, that might have been a goal.
And Gafuni trying to look for Pintos, number 9, on this close side wing. Just couldn't quite reach it.
Yeah, these are those counterattacking situations we talked about earlier on in the game, or in halftime. It's good that Averett want to counterattack, because we have seen, the Averett attack be kind of stale and the lack of movement. So the attacking intent is great, but in situations like these, when there is a lack of space in front, instead of taking many touches trying to get forward, just pass it back, attract possession, and then try to find spaces in between the lines.
And the ball meant for Blanks, couldn't quite control it, sent up and away. And a very good scoring chance opportunity here, right in front of the line. And a handball called inside the box. A very scary opportunity there for Lopez. Couldn't quite reach it and punch it away.
Yeah, Luis, you're right. It was a very scary opportunity, a very well-placed cross. It was that awkward, not only height for any defender to clear and goalkeeper, but also in the space in between the center backs and the goalkeeper, making it difficult for any player to assess that and dominate that space, meaning that an attacker can just make that run and get a foot onto it.
Yeah, a lot of contact there on that long ball by Lopez, as the Cougs now have possession. Switching the plane. Ball comes to Gutierrez. Now Sierra taking space. Long ball sent. Looking for Pintos. Pintos couldn't quite control it. A lot of contact right behind him by Eubank. And now Woods. Ball meant for number 11, Jackson. It'll be kicked out of bounds. Another throw-in for the Yellow Jackets. Ball will now fall to number 21, Spence. And now Counts, taking space. Looking for that far side. Bradley trying to intercept it. Couldn't quite get there. Now big opportunity here as it is taken away by the Cougs. Del Rio putting it upfield for Banks. And a very, very good opportunity there for the Cougars as Blanks try to look for Hanscom.
A very well-worked attack. It started first, Bradley trying to get the interception, and he wasn't able to. And then Alvaro Del Rio did a really good job of reading the space, getting in there, winning his battle, and then launching counterattack straight away. In that situation, he did I totally agree with what he did, launching that ball into the space behind, catching Randolph-Macon off guard, and Blanks did such a good job of finding his strike partner, Hanscom, and it was almost that we got an Averett goal out of it.
Some conversation here between the official and Coach Wilson as he intends to send on a substitute. Ignacio Aron coming into the game for Hanscom. Jackson looking for Counts, sending it far and away for Edwards. And a foul. A very dangerous scoring opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. Drawing the foul. The official telling Lopez he's got to back it up. Now Lopez sending it to the far wing. A lot of contact as the ball stays in bounds. Cougars maintain possession, and it gets given back to Edwards for Randolph-Macon Sierra. A lot of pressure. Edwards not happy with that no call. Gutierrez, Sierra trying to retrieve this ball. Good flick there by Sierra. And now Garcia. Sierra, good body shielding. To Gafuni. Good touch there by Aaron. Gets swinged around. Opportunity here. Garcia. Inside. And it'll fall out of bounds.
That was great soccer, switching the point of attack and then, getting from back to front. They did such a good job of attracting the possession and then switching the point of attack to find that space over on the right-hand side where Garcia was. Garcia with the cross. It was dangerous, but Randolph-Macon did a really good job of recovering, and those are the kind of attacks that we need more of. They decided to maintain possession and wait and be a little more patient to find a better opening rather than just attacking whenever they can. So very well done by the Averett team.
Now whipped inside off the post. What a corner by Sierra. And it will result in another corner. Very close. Nearly reaching that back post by Sierra.
A beautifully taken set piece, that in-swinging corner, those are so dangerous, and we'll see another in-swing corner, this time Diego Gefuni, who takes it from the left, swinging in with his right.
As we line up for the second corner of this play. Swinged inside, curling in, off the keeper, Chenwoth. And Garcia will retrieve this one. Lots of pressure there by Wilson. Lopez quick to send it away. Very good move there by Garcia, getting away from Edwards, putting it up for Aaron. For Blanks, sorry, Blanks just couldn't quite get there in time. Now ball will come to Eubank. Nice little ping. Looking for Edwards. Lopez boots it away to the other half. Kubrek trying to head it away from the Cougars, but it will fall in possession. A long ball switching the plane, looking for Pintos. Ian Edwards trying to take a touch. Gutierrez trying to jump the pass. Through ball, opportunity here. Lopez offsides.
A very dangerous opportunity. It started with Blanks trying to find someone in behind. The pass was intercepted, and Randolph-Macon were able to catch Averett off guard, and a very teasing pass in behind, trying to get it in between the posts. Those are the most dangerous passes, the ones that cut in behind the center backs. And then Anibal Lopez does a really good job of sweeping, being on his toes, being alert, and reading the situation early, moving out quickly. And even though it was offside, he did a really good job of clearing.
Now Lopez, Bradley with lots of room. What? Bradley sending it back over, kicked away by number 21, Spence.
That was a very dangerous opportunity, very well-worked attack. The flick on from Blanks to Bradley was very, very well executed. And that pass in behind, you could hear from the audience, or the fans, should I say, that it would have been a very dangerous opportunity if that would have gone through.
Ball will go out of bounds. Garcia going to throw it in. And Morales corrals it in off the foot of Edwards. Now Caro, heavy pressure there by Garcia. Eubank putting it up. Now number 11 for the Yellow Jackets taking space. Heavy pressure behind by Gafuni to the ground. Number 11, Davian Jackson falls. Now Woods, number 17. Spoke about him earlier. 5 goals in all of their wins, or at least 1 goal in all of their wins. Ball comes to the center of the field. Good little flick there by Hanscom. Pintos trying to take space, trying to find a way around Caro. Gafuni. Del Rio. Morales. Back to Aaron. And Sierra boots that one upfield, making a 50-50 ball out of bounds.
Very well done by Blanks to apply that pressure after that pass in behind from Sierra. Averett did a really good job over on that left-hand side, attracting the pressure, shorter passes, and 1-touch, 2-touch, and then finding that space in behind, and now they have a set piece high up the pitch.
And throw in here for the Cougars. Good opportunity here in the second half. Ball gets sent inside the box. Back to Garcia. And he will whip this one in. It'll fall to Gafuni, and it'll be called offsides. And now the Yellow Jackets maintaining as much possession as they can, trying to build something off of this.
Yeah, Averett have been very intense, so Randolph-Macon are just trying to slow the pace down of the game, trying to be more patient and maintain more control.
Ball will fall to Jackson. Now to Eubank. Ball sent high and away. Walker there on Bradley. Be out of bounds. Thrown here for the Cougars. 30 left in this first half, still in the second half. Still a lot of time to go about. Hopefully we see one team take over the other.
Yeah, there is still a lot of game to, or a lot of soccer to be played. There's still a lot of time left in this game, so I'm very excited to see what direction this game goes in, but also what tactical shifts each manager will do. Both teams have played well, so there's no reason to do any major adjustments as of yet. But with the big squad and the amount of squad depth that Randolph-Macon have, I think that's where we'll see the biggest changes.
And heavy pressure there by Edwards on Sierra. Sierra sending this one long, the left-footed player. Come to Kubrek. Flicking it up. A lot of contact there at the midfield. On Del Rio. And now Counts will receive it off the free kick from Randolph-Macon. Going there to Wilson. And out of bounds off of the Yellow Jackets. It'll be a goal kick for Lopez. Some substitutions here. Moses Kashindi entering the game the first time for the sophomore, as well as Aaron. Kashindi's first touch to Pintos. Pintos trying to make an opening to Bradley. Back to Pintos. And out of bounds. And now a lot of possession here by the Cougars. Taking space is Sierra. Now out of position. Sorry, Morales. Kashindi trying to track this one down. Hit out of bounds by Jackson. Now waiting to throw in. Garcia sending it inside the box. Morales back to Garcia. Garcia couldn't quite control it as it goes off of his foot and out of bounds. Thrown for the Yellow Jackets. Playing very quickly. Both teams trying their hardest to score and score efficiently And a foul called here. And now here is Gafuni. No look pass there for Aron. Pintos. Now to Woods. Woods through ball looking for Wilson. Gafuni. Quick play. Heavy touch out of bounds. It'll go to the Yellow Jackets. Counts trying to throw it in quickly. Kicked up and away. Kubrick. Now Sierra back to Lopez, getting pressure. Boots it away. Ball in the middle of the field. Woods. There for Richards. Spence. And now Jackson going ahead and taking space. Long ball behind Garcia. And a foul called inside the box, a penalty for the Yellow Jackets.
The Averett defense have done such a good job all game, making life difficult for the Randolph-Macon attack. And this was a difficult situation. It seems like from here that it's totally valid penalty call, but the penalty still needs to be drawn. It still needs to be taken, and you never know. Aníbal Lopez has saved one penalty so far this year. I certainly believe he can save another one.
As this is a very suspenseful part of soccer games, the penalty. A lot of people, okay, if I take a penalty on a world-class goalkeeper, I'm going to make it every time. It's a lot harder than you think, either as a goalkeeper or as the penalty taker.
Yeah, I think it's so hard because there's such a huge expectation to score that if you miss, I mean, it's crazy.
And here we go. Lopez off the line! Lopez, what a save. As we mentioned, a lot of pressure, and Lopez maintains the 0-0 score sheet.
Yeah, he has just provided Averett with a lifeline here in this game. With just under 25 minutes left of the second half, Averett still are in this game, and they have a chance to get a win on the board.
As the corner taken out. And you can tell that there is life being lifted in this Cougar squad right now.
Exactly. It's the psychology of penalties is some of the most interesting elements of soccer.
As the ball gets taken there, shot blocked away by Kashindi.
There was so much pressure on the penalty taker. The penalty was missed. But it wasn't only missed, the most important thing, it was saved. Such a strong hand by Aníbal Lopez. He's provided, like you said, life to this Averett squad. They feel like they're still not only in this game, but that they have the momentum to really make something out of it.
The ball gets headed away. And now another scoring position. Ball gets sent out of bounds. Heavy pressure there by Kashindi. Could have been another foul and very dangerous scoring position for the Yellow Jackets, but it will result in a corner.
Once again, a set piece. I mean, set pieces, that's been the flavor of the day, if you like. Just the amount, not only the amount of set pieces, but the situations that have come from set pieces. Today, they've been very dangerous because they've been so well executed from both teams.
Now the corner kick as the Cougars tried to get it out of their own half and maintain possession. And it'll go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Lopez. And Lopez, can imagine he's very, very happy with himself right now.
Yeah, if I'm him, I'd be. But not only him, I mean, the whole team should be thanking him. If Averett gets something out of this game, it's down to him and his heroics.
And a substitution here. And it was called back.
I mean, that's the beauty of goalkeeping, isn't it? I mean, either you're the hero or you're the villain. In this case, Anibal Lopez is the hero of the night as things stand. So that psychology behind penalties and the way they switch the game, it's so crazy to me. And I think this could be very decisive for how this game ends.
Will Davis entering the game for Hugo Morales. Number 19 in white. 22 minutes remaining in the second half. Jackson sending this one high and away. Comes down to Caro. Eubank looking for Caro. Big shove on the back by Kashindi. Kashindi trying to plead his case. Eubank getting ready to kick it away. Kubrek for Counts. Counts going to take a step. Trying to find an opening. And Lopez will spend some time with the ball at his feet and eventually pick it up. Now Lopez kicking it to the far sideline, to the middle of the field. And a good flick there. Dangerous scoring opportunity here. Sierra, beautiful defense.
He read the situation early. He was ready to cover for his fellow center back straight away, and he was able to take away that running space away from Randolph-Macon's number 10. He did such a good job of not only winning possession, but also maintaining it, helping his team get some breathing space.
Yeah, and Sierra there in that sideline, just shielding the ball, holding on to it as much as he can. I'm seeing a lot of fouls here, Carlos.
Yeah, there are a lot of fouls. These things happen later on in the game when there's more space, and there's more space not only to attack in, but defensively where you need to recover. So fouls will be committed, and they will be made. And, I mean, that sometimes that's the only solution you have. But also, you know, when you're tired, physically, your brain goes along with it. So you don't always make the right decision. Sometimes you get in a little too late. You think you'll be able to make a ball, and you aren't able to. So it's those kind of small elements that make such a huge difference.
And here we have the Yellow Jackets lining up for a free kick. And what a strike. It'll go out of bounds.
That was a firecracker that right there. I mean, the connection he got, it was similar to David Luiz in the 2014 World Cup for those that have seen that goal versus Colombia. So not similar in technique, but similar in connection and the distance. So if that would have just been a little more inside of that post, I think that might have gone past Lopez.
Yeah, a very tough shot there. I believe taken by Caro, number 10. Aiming for that top left corner of the goal. Now Lopez will send this one up. Pintos. Hanscom getting a bit of a shove, no call. Garcia getting possession back. Sends Gutierrez. Now the Cougars are in possession. Going back the other way. Del Rio. No call on the far side as Garcia was tripped up. Ball sent here. And a push on the back of Sierra. This is getting very intense for both teams. Both teams wanting to come out with a win today.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I mean, I'm loving that two teams are trying to get at each other. It's what we talked about earlier. It was two teams trying to get at each other, and the tactical mashup has worked well because they're two different teams with two different formations and usually two different game plans. But now the field has opened up so much. Players aren't as formationally disciplined, but also the teams aren't maintaining possession in the same manner, so there's just counterattack on counterattack. You saw Alvarez del Rio for a second time advancing into that left inside channel. He just wasn't able to make a decision in time.
And a bit of an interference there. Yellow card given to Garcia. Jumped in front of that throw-in. And foul given here at about the 44-yard line of the Cougars' half. The Yellow Jackets going to do the absolute best to try to send this one in. Ball here for counts. No foul called. And booted away by the Cougars.
The Yellow Jackets once again with their inventive set-piece play, similar to what they did in that first half. They sent it down the line to get a different crossing angle, trying to catch Averett off guard, and they did so, and they got that 1v1 situation versus Garcia, cutting inside on Garcia, and to be honest, I thought that would be a free kick in favor of the Yellow Jackets, but here we are.
And it seems like a corner will be given here. Sorry, a free kick just outside of the box on that far sideline.
Yeah, this is very dangerous. As we've observed, the Yellow Jackets really enjoy in-swinging set pieces. They usually do it from that right-hand side with that left foot, but now they're getting an even kinder angle in the sense of this is a lot easier for a left-footed player to curl inwards rather than from that corner. So this is a very dangerous opportunity, even more so than a corner.
And now here the hand goes up, whipped inside, and that is a very, very close call.
Yeah, very close. I think that summarizes kind of well, Louise. Such a well-taken free kick just above the bar, but based on the body language of Lopez, it seems like he saw it coming and he didn't really scramble for anything, so he's been so safe in goal today. I've been impressed not only with that penalty save, but also how he's handled the set-piece situations. Despite his height, he's been able to dominate that aerial space.
Yeah, that free kick very close to hitting the mark. Taken by number 23, Wilson. And another throw-in be given here for the Yellow Jackets. Eubank will send it back into play. Back to Jackson. Hanscom trying to get some pressure. Quick pressure on the touch. There's Kubarek. Good play there by the Yellow Jackets. Counts trying to send one in. And Lopez luckily retrieves it. A little over 15 minutes left. I feel both teams getting kind of antsy with the time running out. A heavy slide tackle there. No call. And moving up the field is Sierra. Hanscom takes a shot to the hands of the goalkeeper for the Yellow Jackets, Chenoweth. A very good opportunity there for Hanscom to get the Cougars ahead.
Yeah, you're right. That was a very good chance. Very well created. Once again, Alvarez de Rio, the way he advances into that left-hand side from his left center back position. He's been doing that a lot this season, and he's shown those qualities last season as well. And that was a very good ball in behind, a very good run by Hanscom, and the finish on his left foot. He got a good strike on it, but it was fish nor bird. It wasn't low, it wasn't high, and it was that ideal height for a goalkeeper.
And a long ball sent out of bounds by Lopez. Now another throw-in sent inside the box. Dangerous scoring opportunity here. And foul called on the Yellow Jackets, out of bounds. And we have a player down. We will take just a short break. We will be back in just a short moment. And we are back after that short injury timeout. Pintos and Kubrek were on the ground after a head-to-head collision. Glad to see both players get up on their own account. Resume play here, a little under 14 minutes left in the second half.
Yeah, with a little under 14 minutes left, this game in this second half has really opened up in terms of space and counterattacking possibilities. So this has been a great watch for the neutral fan. All this game is missing is a goal, really.
Now Lopez taking that free kick away. Woods putting it up into the air. Garcia putting it right back. Morales. Gafuni. No foul called. Bradley. Finds Gafuni. Gafuni looking for Morales. Now to Sierra. To Aron. And heavy collision there on the far sideline.
Yeah, it seems like there was a heavy collision of some sorts. Aron signifying his frustration with the referee, but the referee has been very lenient today in terms of what he's allowing and not, but also somewhat inconsistent. I mean, being a referee is arguably one of the hardest jobs there is in soccer, but with that being said, there has been a lot of difficult situations in this game to give him some grace. I mean, this game has been intense, and that's, above average intense, because ODAC games are usually very intense, but this one has been, intense in terms of battles, in terms of physical battles and 1v1 situations. So it's been a very difficult game to call as a referee, but I feel like he should make his mark and make his presence even more felt, and maybe dish out more cards just to ensure that there is more fair play in this game.
Eubank trying to get this ball on the backside. Lopez calmly grabs it, holds on to it.
His calmness and his composure has been very impressive. We've sung his praises so far this game, but I think that's something we haven't mentioned until now. Just his calmness and his composure has really helped the team not only maintain possession but also keep a cool head.
Yeah, ball will come to Gutierrez. Now back to Morales. Sierra. And Sierra will send it long, looking for blanks. Chenoweth will control this one.
In this 5-3-2 formation, Averett have struggled at times to build out from the back, which they loved to do last season, at least in that 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 formation. So this year, they've sent a lot more longer passes in behind, and especially with Gavin Blanks up top, who is a physical presence. But it's a very difficult approach to do because it doesn't seem like Averett have the science down behind it. When you have two strikers, sending it long is certainly one way to go, but then there needs to be more of a connection between the two strikers. And when we've seen that connection, there has been dangerous opportunities, but Averett haven't built enough upon those two strikers up top. There doesn't seem to be a flick on enough from one striker to the other and then building a counterattack or maintaining possession up front.
Yeah, a lot of controversy here as we try to understand whose throw-in it is. The Yellow Jackets assumed it was theirs. Thrown here by Garcia. And off of Kubrek. And the ball will now result in another throw-in for the Cougars. Good scoring opportunity here. Less than 10 minutes left to go in the second half. Ball slips right behind Sierra. Gutierrez retrieves it. Now Del Rio trying to come back and fall into the hole. And a foul called on the Yellow Jackets. Foul called on number 24, Royal.
With less than 10 minutes left, Averett really need to manage this game in the proper way. I mean, there's many solutions. There's no answer sheet in soccer, but I'm really excited to see how they do it.
Sent in. Lots of height. And they will call for a re-kick.
Gifuni's lucky to get a second chance. I hope this one isn't, as high up. That one, the last one, I think, came down with snow.
Yeah, the last one definitely stayed in the air for enough time for the goalkeeper Chenoweth to get right under it and control it. And this one with more distance than the first one. Royal, number 24 for Randolph-Macon, will take a seat. Bringing on number 11 for the Yellow Jackets, Davian Jackson. Davis sending this one upfield. Kubrek turning, finding space, gets Eubank. Now Jackson looking for Counts. Counts putting it upfield off the header of Garcia, out of bounds. And taken quickly. Now Garcia holding on to it in the dying minutes of this second half. Throw in, sent in. Kubrek puts it right back. Garcia sending it far and away. Chenoweth will come right outside the box, let it slide in. Heavy pressure there by Hanscom. Ball sent up into the air. Del Rio trying to bring it right back down. Caro carrying the ball. No foul called. Gifuni taken down, no foul. Woods. Now Caro retrieves it. Puts it up for Eubank. Eubank. For Kubrick. Counts. Strike. And just wide.
A very well worked attack. They switched the point of attack a couple of times, going from right to left and then left to right. They move that Averett team around to find space, and they have space on that right inside channel, enough space to assess options and then get the shot off. And the shot was dangerous, just a little wide.
Lopez lines up for a goal kick. 6:30 left. Kubrek. Woods. Gifuni. Good turn. Trying to get into Morales. Spins. Sends it across the field to Counts. And Counts with a long ball looking for Edwards. Edwards on the touch. Edwards! Off wide. Edwards in great scoring position. Gets a good touch around Del Rio and Sierra. Off his right foot. Sends it wide.
He did such a good job until that telling finish. The way he was able to take it down, not only take it down, but get it under control and put himself in such a dangerous situation, in such a dangerous position, should I say, having the chance to finish and put his team ahead with so few minutes left of the game. And Averett once again provided a lifeline.
Pintos going to line up this free kick at about the 49-yard line of his own half. He's going to send this one up. High ball. Very good challenge there by Davis. What a strike. What a strike there by Bradley.
It's not every day you get the ball falling into your path that way, so I do not blame Bradley at all for taking that shot, and that shot was venomous. He got a very fierce connection onto it. You could see it traveling, and the goalkeeper somewhat had it under control, but if that ball was just a little lower, we might have had a 1-0 Averett advantage.
Yeah, 35-yard shot by Bradley. What an incredible strike. Nearly caught Chenoweth off his line. As the ball gets headed in. Lots of pressure. Lopez quick off the line. Both keepers getting challenged here in the second half. A corner kick now.
Lopez with a cat-like save. His reflexes were tested there, but he passed with flying colors. A lack of communication in the box led to that situation. Now a corner kick on the left-hand side.
Off the header, Lopez. Easy save. He's going to hold on to it, run to the edge of his box.
I think the key word is that he made it look easy. Those are never easy, but he was able to grasp it and clutch it firmly, and now he's able to launch a counterattack. So he did such a good job of moving his feet and keeping the ball in his hands and not creating any rebounds.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier, Carlos. Composure. He's very composed under these high-pressure situations. We have another injury timeout. We will be back in just a short moment. Back after that short injury timeout. Kubrek going to take a seat for the Yellow Jackets. Ball drop here. And there's a 2v2 situation on the back line. Miscommunication. Pintos goes up for it. Gets it down to Del Rio. Sierra trying to get a touch on it. Pintos maintains possession to Bradley. Bradley gets beat backside by Wilson. Sierra, very good pressure. Out of bounds. And a goal kick. .330 left on this clock as it ticks down. Lopez giving his team the opportunity to spread out. I'm going to wait for the official to set the clock. A lot of conversation between the coaches and the official. Lopez, his goal kick, up and away. Woods. Gafuni kicking it up and away. The Yellow Jackets trying to connect. Now Counts. Putting it up. Garcia, good touch. Sorry. Del Rio. Very good scoring opportunity here. Going back the other way. Yellow Jackets in hot pursuit. Kicked away by Mario Gutierrez. Eubank switching the plane. Now going back the other way. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Dying minutes of the second half. Trying to keep it in play. Averett's calling for a handball. No call. You have Wilson, number 23. Hits the side netting. A very good set piece there by the Yellow Jackets. Finished off.
A very well-worked attack. I loved how they cut inside and create those passing angles so they can play that pass right into the box, and they got themselves into a very dangerous opportunity. I think the last player on the ball was caught in two minds. Do I cross or do I finish? And then it ended up being a shot into the side netting.
Ball sent high. Royal against Sierra. No call. Royal trying to get a call there. Edwards giving a second yellow card. And his first. "28 seconds left. As we await the whistle to get back underway. Very suspenseful moment here. Davis. Big boot for Bradley. In favor of the Cougars. 15 seconds left. Quick. No call. As the clock winds down on a very, very intense matchup. All tied up at 0-0. A lot of great plays today. I feel the man of the match has to be given to number 1 for the Cougars, Annabelle Lopez. Lots of saves, lots of opportunity for the Yellow Jackets to score, but Lopez denies all of them.
Yeah, he did such a good job, but we have to sing his praises, of course. Not only did he dominate the aerial space, not only did he do it in a calm and composed way, he also saved the penalty, but also Averett as a team stood so firm today. I was so impressed. You could see the 5-3-2 formation the whole way. I think that was so impressive. The way they had the 5 center backs and the 5 defenders and the 3 center midfielders run in front of them, making life difficult so that they have to switch the point of attack. Randolph-Macon, that is. So, all in all, a very good defensive performance by Averett. And they had their chances too offensively. They stepped it up offensively in the chance creation department. Now it's only the execution left, and I was impressed overall, but I also really like that they're getting these principles implemented into the team. The reason Averett switched to this 5-3-2 formation was so that they could become a team that's more difficult to play against. In ODAC, if you're able to defend and then nick a goal here and there, you will get far, and that's exactly what Averett are trying to do this year. they're not going to be as flamboyant or as flashy as they've been in previous years, but they're going to be more rigid and more defensively solid. So if they continue to have performances like this, not only at home but in the road too, I think this could be a good season for Averett.
The Yellow Jackets move to 4-1-1. 4 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. In conference, 0-1, drawing to the Cougars, as the Cougars advance to 2-2-2, all even. Thank you very much for watching this matchup between the Cougars and the Yellow Jackets. My name is Luis Martinez, and to my right is Carlos Soli. To everyone, a good night.
Good night, y'all.